One setting can undo every other fix on this transmission, and skipping it is why some owners pay a $4,500 repair bill despite doing everything else right. I've had trucks come in where the owner turned off eco mode, disabled skip shift, and started watching the trans temp exactly like this channel showed them. And the transmission still shifted, like it was actively fighting them. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that one setting is, why it silently overrides every other fix on this list, and the 2-minute procedure that finally makes all of it stick. This isn't a setting Ford hid to save money, and it isn't a trick. It's a gap. There's no dash light for it, no line on the maintenance schedule, and plenty of shops doing a quick fluid service skip the one step that actually makes that service count. That gap is where every other fix you've made quietly gets overridden. The computer never forgets the old settings, even after you turn them off. Here is where it gets interesting. The 10R80's computer doesn't just react to your driving in the moment, it permanently stores a running profile of it. Exactly how hard each clutch pack needs to squeeze, exactly how long each one takes to fill, exactly how much pressure compensates for however worn that pack already is. That profile lives in Keep Alive memory, and it's built specifically to keep every shift feeling consistent whether the hardware underneath is new or tired. It never resets on its own, not on a restart, not on a battery disconnect, not the moment you change a single other setting on this list. That's the part most owners miss entirely. Turning off eco mode stops the truck from asking for extra shifts starting today, but it does nothing to erase the compensation the computer already learned from years of eco mode being on. Disable skip shift, and the transmission stops jumping gears going forward. But the pressure and timing tables built around years of those harsh multi-clutch jumps are still sitting there, still being applied to every shift you make from now on. You didn't undo the damage by flipping the switch. You just stopped adding to a debt the computer is still collecting on. Result, every other fix on this transmission works exactly as advertised, starting the day this profile actually gets cleared, not the day you flip the switch. Free versus the same clutch packs quietly wearing under compensation tables built for a truck that doesn't drive that way anymore. That is the choice. The other fixes don't just stop working. They get actively overridden. And it gets worse. Stale adaptive data doesn't just fail to help, it actively works against the fixes you already made. Watching your trans temp is worth less than you think if the pressure tables underneath are still calibrated for the old abuse. You'll see a number that looks fine while the computer is still overcompensating on every single shift. Use tow/haul correctly, and the transmission still reaches for old, worn-in fill times built for years of skip shifting, instead of the clean sequential shifts it should be making now that you've turned that setting off. Every fix on this list is only as good as the data the computer is actually using to execute it. And until that data gets cleared, it's running your new, careful driving through an old, damaged transmissions playbook. Even the digital trans temp display this channel already showed you how to enable "can't see" this part. A normal-looking number on that display just means the fluid itself is running at a reasonable temperature. It says nothing about whether the pressure and timing behind every single shift are still fighting a truck that doesn't drive the way it used to. Result: 5 good decisions and a computer that's still only half listening to any of them. That is the gap this video closes. Now here's the part of this video that actually matters more than any single setting on this list. This is exactly why some owners do everything right and still end up staring at a $4,500 bill. Not because the other fixes didn't work, but because the one step that makes them work was never done. Hit subscribe now, because what happens next is the real-world version of this exact mistake, and it's happening in dealer service bays every single day, where this actually goes wrong in real service bays. This is where most people get it completely wrong. They assume any transmission service automatically includes this step, especially at a dealer. It doesn't. Forum thread after forum thread tells the same story. An owner pays for a fluid service expecting smoother shifting and drives away with shifts that are harder and less predictable than before, because new fluid got run through old, uncleared adaptive tables, and nobody reset anything. I had an owner come in furious after exactly this. A dealer had done a proper drain and fill on his 10R80 at 70,000 miles. The right service, not the forced pressure flush Ford actually warns against on this transmission. And he left with harsh 1 to 3 shifts and an occasional hesitation before the truck would even move. Nothing was wrong with the new fluid. Nobody had cleared the old adaptive tables or run the relearn cycle, so the computer kept applying pressure calibrated for degraded fluid to fluid that wasn't degraded anymore. Result? The fluid service he paid for was money spent correctly, undone by a step that costs about $15 in tooling and takes 30 seconds. Nobody performed it. That's not a reason to skip fluid service. It's a reason to ask, before you pay for one, whether the shop resets adaptive memory and runs the relearn cycle as part of it. Ask that one question before any service on this transmission, whether it's a quick lane fluid top-off or a full drain and fill, and you'll know in about 10 seconds whether the shop actually understands this transmission or is just changing fluid and hoping. That's exactly the kind of thing worth checking before you ever hand a shop your keys, or before you hand a seller a deposit on a used one. The free 12-point inspection checklist in the description covers this and 11 other things to check on a 10-speed before you buy, so you're not the one finding out the hard way. And if you already own one, the 5-year survival manual linked there walks through the full maintenance path, including exactly when this reset needs to happen. So a fix like this never gets skipped again. The actual procedure done right. Stay with me, because here's exactly how this gets done. Ford's own relearn procedure isn't a guess. Warm the transmission to full operating temperature, then drive with light throttle, letting every upshift from 1st through 8th happen naturally somewhere between about 1,300 and 1,600 revolutions per minute, up to around 55 miles an hour. Come to a complete stop, cycle the shifter through neutral, reverse, neutral, and back to drive, and repeat that stop and cycle sequence 7 times. That's the drive cycle Ford's own documentation calls for before the computer has enough fresh data to actually trust. Clearing the old tables first takes about 30 seconds with the right tool. A foreskin-compatible OBD adapter running $15 to $50, the same one this channel has already pointed you to for the trans-temp display and the skip shift disable. A dealer will do the reset for around $150 if you'd rather not do it yourself. Either way, do it after any fluid service, after a heavy towing season, and roughly every 10,000 miles if you're the kind of owner already making the other fixes on this list a habit. Result: $15.30 plus 1 clean drive cycle versus every other fix on this transmission running through a computer that's still keeping score on a truck that doesn't exist anymore. That is the trade, and it's the one step that makes every other one actually count. How to know it actually worked. But don't stop there, because the only way to know it actually worked is to feel it. Shifts should feel slightly different, even slightly firmer, for the first few dozen miles after a proper reset. That's the computer learning fresh, not a new problem showing up. If harsh shifting or hunting is still there after a full relearn cycle, that's no longer an adaptive memory question. That's a real mechanical one, and it's worth a second look before it becomes the $4,500 this channel has already priced out. Result: a few dozen miles of the computer relearning your actual truck versus years of it running the old playbook on a transmission you already fixed 5 other ways. That is the last piece of this list, and it's the one that makes the other 5 real. Every other fix on this transmission has been sitting in this channel's videos for months. This is the one that actually activates all of them. And it's also the one most owners have never heard of, because telling you about it isn't anyone's job. Not the dealer doing a quick lane fluid service, not the factory maintenance schedule, nobody's. Comment whether you've ever had this reset done, at a dealer, with foreskin, or never, and whether your shifts changed after. I want to know how many of these trucks on the road right now are still running compensation tables built for settings their owners already turned off. Which specific mileage and driving conditions actually trigger this reset automatically versus which ones need you to do it by hand? That's the next video. Check your own service history for whether this was ever actually done, not just requested.